little Jackie. Now a smoky backy, have a bit of cracky till the boat comes in. Dance to the daddy, sing to the mommy. Dance to the daddy, till the mommy sing. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little fishy. Thou shalt have a fishy when the boat comes in. Here's the mother humming like a canny woman. Yonder comes your father drunk, he cannot stand. Dance to the daddy, sing to the mommy. Dance to the daddy, till the mommy sing. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little fishy. Thou shalt have a fishy when the boat comes in. When I can get it sly, and know my bonny Ben would like it as well as I. Dance to the daddy, sing to the mommy. Dance to the daddy, to the mommy sing. Thou shalt have a fishy on a little fishy. Thou shalt have a fishy when the boat comes in.
And there's 3 more terraces like this, which was north, west and east, okay? And the coal mine was there, with a big slaggy. And this is south terrace. And this is the lower end of Equinning, this is like the very bottom end. So if you just trickle it along when it's ready, Val, then I'll give you, just at the end of South Terrace, I want you to stop again, because you'll see some other bits of interest then. Okay?
Hooray! Isn't there a show for that?
Around tourist lines here. So that's South Terrace at the very bottom end of it. And I had an uncle used to live there, mother's brother Charlie, and Ronnie Bennington, he had a councillor for London. South Terrace is better than North East and West Terrace. They did have flush toilets in that area. North East and West Terrace didn't have earth toilets.
No, this can't go past until doing it.
It's a main one.
When you can hear the door, you do a left. left up there, Robert. This is Miners Memorial Wall.
Right.
Yeah, sorry.
On the left, that way.
There, in front of you. There's the Miners Memorial Wall. See? This big
Red brick building.
red brick building.
Mm-hmm.
The garage here was the church at one time. Right, and behind there is the cricket field, which you'll come back to on Friday night. The cricket ground. Right, this is the main road of it. Well, this is a mixed school. The infants were the far side, and this was the senior side. Those buildings in the playground there weren't there when I was here. Right? But that's the church. And you remember me telling you about the bus crashing into the wall, right?
Oh.
Well, this is the bend where you used to lose it and you used to finish up the ball. That's the infant school there. Right. Pull up this beyond the red car, Barbara.
Right under it.
Behind it?
No, yeah. Because that's the other church we had in the area. That was the Baptist church. That one up there. See it, Rob? When you come up to it?
Oh, well, in front of that car. Oh,
Yeah,
well, we'll
yeah,
come
but-
up to that.
Yeah, I was going to try and get her to pull up near the Baptist church this time.
Yeah, there's a. I can do.
Yeah, okay. There's no rush, is there? And this is Esh Main Road. Never changed. I mean, all that's happened is different people have moved into different houses and different shops have changed hands. It's never been wide and narrow and anything else. There's the Baptist church, there's the other place of worship. This is the main road. Now, this is what they used to laughingly call the Market Square. So you see that shop with the yellow front over there where the cars are parked?
Yeah, McCormick.
If you park there, Barbara, I'll show Robert a lot more from there. This is the Market Square, Rob. The Stag's Head Hotel. That's Ruth's favourite pub, where she used to go.
Always in there.
And park in front of where it says McCormick.
Yeah.
In between them cars. And show Rob everything there. Get out here, Rob. It'll be easier for you. There. How the shops have altered. But one of these used to be Walter Wilson's. It's the first shop that Arthur worked at as a boy. It's a grocery store, though, you know. This is the Market Square and the Stag's Head here. And the station, when it was intact, was down there. See where's the Station Avenue? The station was down there, and there's a level crossing further up there. You walk down there at the station. And when I was telling you that time about Pop missing the train, he was at the top of here when everybody was shouting at him, and he wouldn't run down the divot. Come walk round the corner. Get that, Bob. We're at the centre of it here. This is the centre of Ashwini, like, you know. This is where it all happens. That bank's always been there. Yeah, there's the local post office, but in my day, the post office is up here, and that was the grocery shop. This is they used to have they've enlarged the front of it. But this used to be big enough to have market stalls at one time, the marketplace. That's the road up to Cornsey, where my father's relations live. There used to be a big co-op on the corner there. That was always a newsagent's, but it's a pharmacy now. Under the river and the what was the railway line? The railway line ran up there, you see. A mile to get this far. Fair enough, like, you know what I mean? But I mean, he's only 50-year-old, and he could have easily broke into a trot and come down and found it. Got on the train in time. I just wonder if there's anything left of the station at the Durham, but doesn't seem to be, does there? Huh? That's it, yeah. Yeah, this is definitely... This was the right way for the railway. I say, it's just amazing how they can obliterate it all, isn't it? Hey?
It's now like a bridle path or something, I suppose you can walk.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's the River DNS. Such as it is. Right?
Did the what?
The River DNS. No? That's why it's called the DNS Valley.
Leamington?
Yeah. The Lymington, it's spelled L-Y-M-I-N-G, Lymington Terrace. We always call it Lemon. You can drive over it further up. And when we were young, we were taken for walks all the way up there. But where there's trees planted now, there's open fields, what we used to call the spring fields.
What, behind it?
We're up over the back of it, yeah, that's right. You had to walk up that way, which you could go up to there and onto a couple of farms. Or if you went the other way, left, you went along the wood top. And you walked back towards Durham along the wood top, right? And then you cut down different paths out the wood top. And you could come out opposite Flash Terrace, you know the first place I showed you?
Yeah.
And you could, there's fords across the river and little bridges, you could come across the river at different places, you know. That was our favourite Sunday evening walks, like, you know. When we were kids. We were dragged along, like, with it. You had choices, go to church or get dragged out for a walk. And this side was all around here, look at that. Lovely birds flying about. We were all on one of the trip days, we were all on the train, like, you know, mum and the 4 kids, like, or 5 or 6 kids, whatever it was. And father was at the top of there, and everybody's hanging out the train, and the guards standing with his flag and the whistle there. Come on, Oliver, come on, Oliver. And father strolls down, doesn't rush to it. And the bloke just blew his whistle and left him. And went to South Shields, and then we caught us up later. So it's hard to believe that there's a station and buildings and everything here, and this is the track. Going right from here up to Waterhouse, this Happy Hope. And the track was used for moving coal from the mines. There's mines all the way up the line. And also that they used to take the school children to technical college this morning and bring back in here.
Is that a school over there?
No, I think that's the back of the new church, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yes, that's the new church that they built. That's the Primitive Methodist one. That's the church where Elsie's got a brick in it.
Oh, is it?
With a name on it. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, if we get some, we'll pop in and see that. What they did when they built the church, you weren't quick enough to do this. They gave everybody envelopes, and I think if you collected 5 shillings, which is not money, but a penny a time, like, and they had to get 60p to give you a penny. And if you collected 5 shillings, they guaranteed you putting a brick in the altar with just your initials on, a polished brick. I'll take you and show you. And Elsie Bennett, what they did, one on only collected all the money between them, right? Well, me and Riz tried to do it separately, you see, and we never succeeded. But Elsie did it, just the one in the family. They succeeded and got the 5 bob, she got the initials EB on the different. Very proud of that, she was. That was built in the early 1930s, I think, or late 20s. There are, Barbie. Oh, that's it, yeah. Right, now, college view, see? Now, Uncle Fred, when he was a young man, lived in the first house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. When he was before he'd married.
Yeah.
Right, and after he'd married, he lived there. My school teacher lived in there. They're all different style houses. They're all council lodges. They're all different styles. And the first house we lived up here was number 17. I'll show you when we get to it. And they've shut the gap off between, because you could walk, you had a right of way through the houses. Right? See, and they're closed off now.
And I thought he tried to spoil walking the
And that yard there, that was our back door, right? And that's where we used to play ball. And see the windows opposite?
Yeah.
That's the pantry window. That's where we used to break the bloke next door window. Probably once a month he had to put a new window. He never used to complain, you know. He's very rich, the man who lived next door, because he's well off compared to so that, see where the new bricks is on the wall, Robert?
Oh.
That was a little pantry window there, as we called it, like the scullery.
Oh.
They bricked it in, hadn't they? Right behind us there was a field where I used to play in, and woods beyond that, and now they've built a whole housing estate. They've completely taken up the field.
So you just moved up the road?
Yeah. An uncle of mine, Uncle Charlie, lived in there before us, and when he moved out, he moved over to where I showed you, the South and East Terrace, you remember?
Oh.
And we moved into there. And we actually moved from here down to London. This is the address we were at before we moved to London. 35 College Street. And the advantage of having this house compared to the other one was it had an extra room that had like what Mum used to call a parlour, where she could put her best furniture.
Oh, yeah.
The front room.
Like we call the lounge.
Yeah, a lounge.
So they built all those things.
Houses behind, yeah, there's fields behind there. The horses used to run in the fields. And beyond that, fantastic great wood. When you get to the end here, Barb, stop at the end when you.
So you got brothers in? These are the ones that didn't live beyond childhood.
Yeah. I've got a younger sister buried in there. Yeah, Doris. She'd have been about 70, Doris. I don't know about the two older ones. Well, they were buried here because my mother lived at Willington when she was first married. So maybe they were buried at Willington, I don't know, but I'm not sure about that. No. I know Doris is probably buried in there. Mother used to bring me in and put flowers on the graves and that. I nearly got locked in here once. Because, that's the name of it, College View. And I followed the shape of the road, you know what I mean? And then beyond that there's a huge wood where they put this new housing estate in.
$1932.
Yeah.
And that's at what age would Robson be when he went there?
10, 11, 9. You went there 11 onwards, yeah. The leaving age. He'd probably do about 3 years. Lived up here. She started off at a place called Wellington, and then they moved to all over the place. But these are new, these ones here. The original Hamilton Row is the dark. These are all new houses. This is the original little bit. She used to live number 1 Hamilton Row, whatever number 1 is.
Further down.
Yeah, right, near the pub. She had a dog then, an English sheepdog. Robert, I don't know the old English sort, the big one, and he could carry a bucket of water upstairs for her in his yours. She used to have to come downstairs to a tap. There you are, the Black Horse Inn, at number 7. She had a flat at number 1 Hamilton Row, wherever number 1 was.
It was taken over.
Yeah, probably.
Where now?
This is East Edley, and we had some very distant relations lived up here.
They're weeny little places.
All tiny little hamlets. My mum used to walk to all these places, and I had to take us up to them. The one I Road Round. It's a massive house, isn't it? Well, you're looking towards Cornsey now, which is the hamlet up on the hill there. And to the left of where you can see the red bricked house, there used to be at least 10 rows of houses there, of working class houses. 10, maybe more, a dozen. And the reason they were there, the main industry at Cornsey at the time was a pipe yard where they made pipes for all different sorts of ceramic pipes and bricks, and that was the whole industry. And once the pipe yard finished and the brick yard finished, then they cleared all their houses out and just gutted everything. But there's at least, well, I think a good 10 streets missing from the left of that. And all that's left now is the straight road up to Cornsey. And where we're standing now is the avenue. This is Old Iveley Farm. This is the farm Harold started work with. And you could walk from here, from College View where I used to live, you can walk up the back way, only about a mile and a half, and get to Old Iveley Farm. And these oaks are reputed to be somewhere in the region, some of them were 600 years old. They were built to, Arthur's got the book that commemorates something like the end of the plague or something. And they built this avenue of oaks to commemorate it. And somebody has guessed them about 600 years old. I think Arthur mentioned this, that they'd altered the road and, you know, everything was overgrown. We used to look right through, you know, the green was probably right at the back like that. I know you used to, and you could just see one corner of the castle even when there's something to be seen. Lovely. Found it anyhow, haven't we? At least we found it.
You found it.
Very good. Well pleased. Even though it's altered. We've been around the back of the castle, inside it.
To clean it out and that,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I don't know anybody else.
No.
I mean, it's awful. We helped to build that chapel.
Yeah.
Mine's the only brick
Yeah.
that has a bump in it. The only one that has a bump in it. We had to collect these pennies, a mile of pennies.
Yeah.
And it was
5 shillings, wasn't it? In envelopes.
No,
on a
it was
card.
like a long piece of cardboard.
Yeah.
And there was a slot for the old pennies, you know how big. And we had to collect so many of them. And I had my photo in the Evening Chronicle. I was only 10.
Yeah.
And I had to say, I lay this brick to the glory of God and something else. And I had I can remember a schoolgirl hat on and a fox fur. Oh, I had that fox fur, just a little thing, you know. And we all collected, we had a great day, parade and everything. They don't even use the chapel on a Sunday night.
Oh, no.
It's not open.
They
But where
go-
do people worship?
They still have the service, but it's in what we call the choir room,
Yeah.
in the school room at the back. They can't afford to heat it, keep it open,
Oh,
or anything.
And is the Baptist still going?
Oh, the Baptist is going strong.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
more seems to go
I
there.
showed them at the church Mum used to go, the Primitive Methodist. I mean, it's a garage now, isn't it?
Oh,
showed them
right,
that, yeah,
at the bottom of
Yeah.
Rocky's garage there.
I showed the big wood road and the little drain outside where I used to sit outside and drop mother's nice box and spoons down.
Just taking them all around.
Well, I had Arthur
everywhere.
on the phone. I don't know whether it was last night or the night before. And I can remember being in College View. She wouldn't let you go in when there was... Did you go
There
to the
wasn't.
house? It's Elsie's friend.
Who is it? Elsie,
You know, 17.
yeah.
Have you not been in there?
I was in many years ago. She invited me and she couldn't get me in
But
there
now
quick
it's
enough.
all overgrown and everything. Is there
No.
someone in there?
No, what they've done, they've put gates across where you could walk through the 2 houses into the
Oh,
field
yeah.
before. They put gates across, right?
Well, the one that's in number 17 is Elsie's friend.
Elsie Bennett,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
They work together at the County Hotel.
Oh, the
Um,
first time I went past her, I must tell you, I went down the field the back way, you see, And I noticed that they've lengthened the garden, they've pinched a bit of Miller's Field, they've lengthened the garden to what we had, see? And there's a bloke working in it. So I said, you made the garden a bit bigger then? So he said, yeah. So I said, right, what's it to you like? And I said, I used to live here. And she was out like a flash. Would you like to come in if you still live here? And I couldn't believe it. She got a York stone fireplace, the length of it. And Cliffy Ellis was laughing his head off. She said, we bought it, you know, it's ours. And she told us, I forget how much you paid for it and everything else, you know what I mean?
Well,
and they've even, there's a pantry window on the front of the house, Elsie. They've even blocked the pantry window off. Because when we went into our little pantry and looked out the window, which was on the front of the house, you could see Usher College. And that's where it got its name from, College View.
Well, I'll tell you something about that girl.
Yeah?
She worked with Elsie at the county hall. And she used to borrow £15 every Wednesday without fail of Elsie. She would meet Elsie up the street, Elsie would get her pension, and she would borrow that £15 and then she would have to go back when she got her pay on the Friday. Her husband, I'm always saying, the only way I'll get out to see you lot down there is if I win your house. Why, I have as much chance of winning your house as Clive.
That's like bingo.
That's the bingo,
No, that's the Sunday tickets.
Oh, the Sunday tickets,
What Eric gets, And her husband has won the money, I couldn't tell you how many times. The landlady lives straight opposite me, the stewardess from the club, they have the syndicate. But his wife doesn't get it. And that's what she used to do, get it off Elsie on a Wednesday and then pay it back.
But she seemed very affluent to me, Elsie. I can't understand this when you say she's so hard up. She had a York fireplace.
Won the polls, I couldn't have got a better. Our Maureen is the senior clinical sister, and she, the only one without a uniform on. She's the manager of everything there. And we were too early for my appointment, like so I said, Andrew, we'll go and see if we can find her. Well, we had to go right up this corridor, and there was a nurse come out. And she says, are you looking for somebody, a patient or something? I says, you wouldn't know Maureen Harrison. She just went by that. She was in the office there. Well, I mean, I had her on the phone the other night. She's been in here twice this last, because I'd gone to the hospital to see her. If I see if I'd won the fools, the reception I got. And she told every nurse, this is my Auntie Elsie.
Oh, good. Oh, that was good.
I got a cup of tea, Andrew got a glass
That's
of
the other
orange.
Elsie.
You know what
There you go, say something. Say something to your cousins or your great cousins down in Maidstone. What are you going to say?
That's with our three
Yes,
and if I was out in the street,
if you say like,
was on the 9th of June, 1862 on a summer's afternoon. I jumped the bus at Bamborough, and she was heavy laden. Away we went along Colloway Street, that's on the way to Bladen. Oh, me lads, you should have seen them ganning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. Lots of lads and lasses there, I was smiling faces, ganning along the Scotswood Road to see the Bladen races. We flew past Armstrong's factory and up to the Robin Adair. Just ganning under the railway bridge, the bus wheels flew up there. The lasses lost their crinolines and the veils that hide their faces. I got two black eyes and a broken nose and getting the Bladen races. Oh, me lads, you should have seen them getting, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. Lots of lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, getting along the Scotswood Road to see the Bladen races. And when we got the wheel put on, away we went again. But them that had their noses broke, they came back our yam. Some went to the dispensary and some to Dr. Gibbs's and some to the infirmary to mend the broken ribs. And oh, me lads, you should have seen them gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. Lots of lads and lasses there, always smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races. We got to paradise, there was funny games begun. There was 4 and 20 on the bunch, and how they danced and sung. They called on me to sing a song, and I sang 'em Paddy Fagan. I danced a jig and I swung me twig the day I went to Blade. And oh, me lads, you should have seen them gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they were standing. Lots of lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races. We flew across the Tyne Bridge, we came to Bradentown. The barman he was calling them, they called him Jackie Prone. I saw him talking to some chips and them he was persuading. The gang seemed Jody really sure the mechanics all had played. Oh, me lads, you should have seen him gunning, passing the folks along the road just as they was standing. Lots of lads and lasses there, all with smiling faces, gunning along the Scotswood Road to see the bleeding races.
things make you shudder. I say some of those things are meant to make you shudder.
Well, they're all used today still. Most of them are. The only thing we've done today these days is the mouth gas, and that's only because of the amount of time your dentist will take to drill your teeth.
Yeah.
Obviously with a foot treadle drill, it's not going to be a couple of minutes that it is now.
Yeah.
So you have your mouth guard, which will keep your mouth open. Which will also stop you from biting his finger as well.
Yeah.
So
That's a foot treadle.
that's their drill. But everything else is exactly the same. Instruments for taking your teeth out, mirrors, the pigs.
Yeah, when I was a kid, living up here, we used to have to go mesh swimming for birthday. Like school trip. One centre and you went for miles.
Oh, right.
As soon as anyone mentioned birthday, you shut it. Because that meant you haven't teeth.
Yeah.
Lady living in an Edwardian era, as if you have a lady lives in your street who's been there for 20 years, never done anything to the house or bought new furnishings or anything. That's the kind of house she's in, right? If you have a look in the kitchen, I'll tell you a bit about the kitchen. It's a bit like a traffic policeman.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, now there's no gas, no electricity, only one cold tap, no bathroom or toilet. Alright? Only toilet she's got down the bottom of the yard, and it's only just been made into a flush toilet last week. Alright? Before that she had an ash closet.
Which is what they have on the stairs.
You could have a cup of tea any minute of the day, like, you know. My mother never had a kettle that wasn't boiling. Up and at the side.
The factory inspector's on site, I don't know what he looks like. Okay, so I'm going to stick by the little.
Yeah. Victoria and the Queen's picture, got the whole fire going. And you see all that black there, Barbara?
A little bit about the
Where's
house,
it get what they
for
call
those
black
people
lead?
who are interested. It's actually an old-fashioned house, even for 1930. She's a Victorian lady living in an Edwardian era.
Stop it. Stop it.
Sesame Street.
Oh, well
And
then.
they're doing the toffees.
Okay.
The toffees are lovely. It's nice to see them back, that's a good thing.
Oh, yes.
It's nice to see them making them
Now,
back.
Cadbury's is, you know, taking over and, but
It's nice anyway.
I've sweated many years.
Oh, sure you have.
No one's going. Go ahead, sit up route.
And you put ashes down.
No blue bottles there for authenticity, though, is it?
Desperate they were. Yeah, that was it. Yeah, my mother used to get all us doing them product. But we used to have a big metal one.
Reusable food spec.
Yeah. A big metal thing like that. And my mother used to make them, what, 6 times the size that to cover this whole floor. I mean, you used to take all of them up. Yeah,
And
keep
then
winding them
would
up.
take you all to lift them up and take them out and shake them.
That's right, yeah, that's right. Yeah. And to celebrate, when it was finished, when she had the mat finished, she'd made hand a toffee for us as kids. Yeah. Clipping mats, they call them. See them? You push them in that way, like the ladies do in there, and you use them that side up. But they collect all the dust on the side.
Very dirty, yeah.
They're cool.
And very heavy. Very heavy to handle. So we keep putting a little one on to do until we get a bit of red, and the piles of little ones are getting bigger and bigger.
So what they used to do, Barbara, any old clothes you had, jackets, skirts, anything, just cut them up into strips. It's all different material. You never bought anything. All you had to pay for was the hessian.
Well, a lot of the time it was just an old sack.
Sacking,
Get an old sack from somewhere.
Idea how the work drift mines. You see, a deep mine would take all the coal out because the deeper mine went the less subsidence it was. But a drift mine, they only extracted about 25%. A drift mine wouldn't have been supposed underground to leave these pillars of coal on for subsidence reasons. And these men here, these are the coal ewers, these men would take these places down 30 yards. He would turn away left hand and go into this work from 1855 at last work 1958. Worked for 103 years. And at one time all your coal used to come out the drift mine this way. 30 tons of coal on each set, a steer up on the front pulling them out and a steer up on the back trailers. And every tub's going in, with about 30 tons on each set. But the deep mine over here, when you come in the main entrance, did you see the pub, the Chevroness, in the main entrance? Well, that deep mine used to be opposite there. And your drift mine went all the way for about a mile and a quarter, and it connected up with the deep mine. And when it connected up, all your coal went in that way, and up the deep mine shaft. There was also a drift mine over there in the wood. All the coal come out that drift mine into this drift mine, and up this deep mine shaft. Because the deep mine had better facilities to put the coal straight into the trucks, go straight down the lane of the docks, you see. And the pipe there, that was for compressed air, the pipe. The compressor was in the bank end. But you just keep the centre on the way down. The first line is one of your low spots, keep your heads down there because the roof will not lift up.
One piece.
That's a late eye, you've borne your fingers on that. You can't touch that eye. You've borne your hand on. You can stand up around here.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you just look to the right, that's the coal seam there, look at.
Yeah.
That's all the coal seam right away around there. Now that's a good height for a man to work in, 4'6", because some of the coal seams in the Durham coal field were only 16 to 18 inches. Where a man had to lie on his stomach to dig the coal out. Because the Durham coal fields were notorious for the thin seams of coal, you see. And these machines here, this is a Siscall coal cut machine. These come underground in the north about 1906, 1907, and these were worked off compressed air. When this machine was cutting the coal, it used to jump around a lot, and that's the reason why a man jacked it at the top. The handle on your right moved the machine in. This handle moved your blade on the front for cutting the coal. And what a man would do in here, he would cut the bottom of the coal out about a yard to 4 foot in the bottoms, pull the machine back, fill the coal into tubs, and he would probably take the tubs down with the hand pick or blast the tubs down with black powder. And this kind of work is called board pillar or board wall. This is a board, straight ahead's a wall, and the pillar was every 30 yards. So a man would take this down 30 yards, turn it face away left hand, 30 yards, right hand and so on. So you would get 3 or 4 roadways in this area. We would have 3 or 4 men working in this area. And as you see, they used the wood timber, because wood timber give a man a good warning if the place was going to close anything, the wood timber would start triggering on. 800 weight, and there's like 2.5 of them to the ton. Each man had his own butcher tags like these. At the end of the week, his rate of pay would be about £2 a week. The main owners gave for £1 a ton. But in those days, £2 a week was a good rate of pay, because the miners had the free colliery house and the free coal allowance, where the rate of pay in those days for a farmhand, which a farmhand would work about 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. He would have his free house, would have his free coal, and he would earn about 70 pence a week. And all a man would do when he got so far into here, where the track is there, he would lie a turn into here, off that track, lie his track off the turn so that the tube was just at the back of him to fill straight into the tube. But when a man finished this place altogether, he had to withdraw all this timber back home for to use in other places. And like some bad roof conditions, each time he took a plank out, the roof would just close in front of him. But when he took the coal.
And them small tubs that they bring in, what did you say the weight of coal you could get in them?
They're 800 weight, there's 2.5 the tub.
800 weight? Yeah.
800 weight, aye.
And they got
That's cool there, yes, sir. That's cool there.
And they got tuppence halfpenny for that, you said, didn't you?
2.5 pence weight, a tanner a tub.
Yeah,
6
tanner,
a tub,
yeah.
Aye. 5 ton of coal a day, they got 2 pound a week.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.
Put the hat back, Sammy.
Was he? So where was he checked with him? What the house was he? Aye. Well, they didn't they? Yeah. I tell people here that our first English mining MP, Thomas Burt, he was in Northumberland, checked with him. Right? Peter Lee, the town of Peter Lee, just round down the road here. That's it, all right. Not all the miners, just the miners, the coal users and the putters. Other good jobs, supplied with good houses too. They did good houses. Peter Lee, that town, he came up through the ranks of the union, checked with him, and became a Durham agent. Good jobs. In later years, on the nationalisation, when we were paying them, on the nationalisation, we always felt it was in the manager's pocket. In other words, wasn't representative, just taking money of us. So we became suspicious of them.
No, Ellison was a fair miner. As I say, they finished up the mayor.
So you would have 2 tones. I mean, I've only got to say I'm going to round one. That colour. Okay? Like zinc coloured one and a gold one. Both round. One number on both. And you would take 2 tokens off your hook. And the last person you see before you went down the mine was what we call a banksman. He was the one that wrapped the cages. Now you give him the zinc coloured token. You keep the brass one when you burst them. When you return to the service at the end of your shift,
So they knew you were out.
So it was a safety check,
Yeah.
but it was also a timekeeping check. Because a lot of men were paid by the day. And that was still in operation, the total system still in operation. So basically it was a safety check.
I know his picture fine, it's up in the mayor's parlour. Oh yes, that's right. Right, that's nice. Thanks very much for coming.
Oh, he's Lord Lieutenant. These days. Lord Lieutenant of Durham. It's all right, I've got it. It's a bit of mine.
There's the horse with no tongue.
Yeah.
I know the railway workers were, but not the post. Oh, I don't know what's happened to them. We'll get cooled down in here.
Where's the sanctuary in Opera?
Can it see me face when I do that? Let me do that with me. Yeah? You run away from the law, and you've got hold of the law. You got easy. Come around to the side. Turn round, turn round the other way, let it up.
Do you want to see this one to come in the cathedral?
Have a look. right here, if you go up to there, you'll see the cloisters. And there's a restaurant. And the treasure.